My first encounter with Moby Dick would have been around 12 or maybe less. It's a book that made a great impression on me. The memory of the first reading and the pleasure of it stays, and I can perfectly well have that as a compartmentalized recall. What is interesting is that I associate within that memory is my enormous appreciation. Very interesting question, the question of where does this all stay and how does it come back, in which form? So obviously it stays in the brain, but it stays in the brain in a coded form. The film that reading a book provokes in our minds, complete with all the soundtracks and other tracks that would appear next to the visual images that we definitely generate. It gets recorded, as far as we can understand, in a very coded manner. So it is all transformed in a record that stays dormant but can be reactivated. And that record also, very interestingly, is located in many parts of the brain. Then you pull them back by having other regions that code for the location of those particular memories and how they can be brought back, how they can be literally revived. If your experience was as good as mine was when I originally read it, it's quite likely that the record of it was also stronger. It's more robust. I have certain images that I'm sure are coming out of the John Huston movie. And then I also have different components that have to do with the fact that I read it in a different language. O contraste era feito apenas de matizes e sombras exteriores e ambos pareciam só. Por assim dizer, era somente o sexo que os distinguia. Oh yeah, that's marvelous. It distinguishes the air and the sea as male and female, and then he ends up concluding that the distinction is actually very small and is only the gender that distinguishes them. But in the end, they're the same substance, the same matter. It's an extremely interesting way of taking a story of quest and mystery. The whale, for me, is a remarkable plot invention to dramatize the quest, the search for something strong and invincible and mysterious and elusive. There is an element to the whale that needs to be human-like in terms of a thinking process so that there can be a match for the captain.